not as just as a police officer. My wife works in a school, and Megan's in high school. And to think that something like that would happen in one of our local high schools, and to have that kind of response it's very scary for us.
I do not know you, but I am your brother.
You do not know me, but I am your protector.
I will run into a burning building to save your life.
Though I do not know your name, I will take a bullet for you.
Though we've never met,
I believe in duty and sacrifice
of self.
Your family is my family.
Is my family. Your life is my duty.
What's going on, guys? Time for another episode of Behind the Uniforms. Real quick, if you've never seen this before, the way it works is this. We invite first responders, veterans onto the show. We share a cocktail. They tell you about a good day and about a bad day to show that they are just like you and I. They want to go home to their families at the end of the day. We keep a bottle of bourbon here and an empty glass as a tribute to the men and women who pay the ultimate sacrifice and will never be able to join us. So this guy flew in, so I'm providing the whiskey today because they don't let you bring this stuff on planes. Tell them all who you are. Nice choice, by the way, with smoked maple.
I do what I can.
I like how you went quintessential New England with your selection here. And again, real quick, sorry, for people who are flying in, I just shot this all over. For people who are flying in from out of town, because we've had many join us, every veteran and first responder that comes onto this show from locally brings a bottle. So you get to, if you're flying in, you don't have to bring anything. You get to choose from the whiskey wall what you'd like to sip. Okay, I'll shut up. Talk.
All right, my name is Patrick O'Grady. I'm a sergeant with the Cape Coral Police Department in Florida, and I've been a police officer for almost 25 years.
This is our fourth episode that we're filming today, so it's going to be a really interesting one by the time we get done with this. Brother, where do you want to start? You want to talk about a good day or about a bad day?
A good day for us is making a good arrest, knowing that you're making a difference in your community, and nobody getting hurt.
We got nervous because I knew you were in Florida, obviously. We weren't sure exactly where you were, and I know you guys are relatively close to where the Florida school shooting happened. So immediately after it happened, I started getting calls from the guys over at law enforcement today. Reached out to these guys to find out where you were. So I'm glad that it wasn't your community. How do you process that when something like that happens as a police officer? Why don't we start there?
Well, not as just as a police officer. My wife works in a school, and Megan's in high school. And to think that something like that would happen in one of our local high schools, and to have that kind of response it's very scary for us.
You want to talk about a bad day?
Sure. A bad day for us is listening to somebody on the radio calling for help, and you're hearing sounds in the background that you can't believe are real, and that they're gunshots, and that there are 5 people screaming on the radio, "We need help." And you have to drive really fast to get there, and everything's going through your mind on the way there. Oh my God, what's happening to them? What's going to happen to me when I get there? And you get there, and the shooting just about stops, but you could still see what's going on.
I'm assuming this was a day that played out for you.
Yes.
How did it end?
It ended with none of us injured. One of the bad guys was killed in the shootout, and the other people in the car were shot as well, but they lived.
You know, we've had many officers who've come on the show, and it's really been sort of mixed responses. Some guys have said, listen, I've had to take a life, and it doesn't bother me. I sleep at night. Others have said, I was part of a police-involved shooting. Everything was justified, and I haven't slept in years. Why do you think there's such a difference? Do you think it's different resources and support and training from department to department? Do you think it's just a personal thing?
It could be the way that they were raised, or the department personality, or the way that they're trained. It could all come down to their training officer.
Let's talk a little bit about your kid. She does some incredible stuff.
She does.
We're going to have your whole family on the next episode, but tell me a little bit about her.
My daughter Megan is 15. She started a nonprofit when she was 14 called Blue Line Bears. And what she does is when an officer dies in the line of duty, we request a uniform shirt from the fallen officer's department. It comes to our department. My police department gets sent there. I take it home to Megan. She cuts it up, turns it into a bear, and we return it to the families.
Why'd she start it? And I'm going to let her tell her own story later, but as a dad.
Yes, as a dad, she was concerned with what's going on with law enforcement, and she sees all the rallies and people chanting, "What do we want? Dead cops, what do we want them now?" And it really got to her. And she wanted to do something for the children of the fallen officers.
That's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to having her on the show. Guys, it takes you 2 seconds to hit the share button. These stories are so important that we get out there because nobody's talking about them. He's absolutely right. You see, mainstream media will cover all of the negativity, all of the anti-police and anti-veteran stories. This is just one little way that we can show the men and women behind the uniforms who just want to go home to their families. So, brother, thank you for coming on the show. Cheers to you. Thank you for sharing. God bless America.